Okay, here we are. Got my glasses back. And so we are recording. Let me share. Oh, this is ITS128, February 19th. And we are in chapter 5. And let me share my screen. This. And let me, can't do that, okay. Let me just pop this over here. And let me put this down here. And so I want to see how far we got last time. So let me, this is my 120, not that one, this one. 128, resources, class videos, and it would be this one. Let me turn this on, and I'm going to go all the way to the end. Okay, so let me go all the way to the end here. I want to see how far I got. 5-7.
Depending on what you're doing, and so we can cover that next time.
All right, 5.
So are there any? All right. So I think I'll leave it here. Knowing when to use open file.
Okay, so let me go here. Where did I? All right. Well, this chapter, we are in chapter 5. Let me get rid of this thing. And it is a 219. So we are right here. We are in the second day of 4 days of chapter 5. So so I'm gonna defer files until next week, because I'm going to give you an assignment today and it doesn't have anything to do with files. So so why don't I just I know a lot of you, I'm just going to make this up now. I know a lot of you are going to have a tough time getting home because of the traffic, because of the landslide on the Pali, and also there was H3 was closed for a while today because my theory is that somebody who had to take the detour from the Pali was in a hurry, and he goes over to the H3 and he smacks into the tunnel, edge of the tunnel, and flips his car over and caused that thing to happen. So I'm gonna go over the assignment and just sort of get you started on the assignment. Okay, so here's the assignment. It's a nice loopy assignment. Calculate a factorial number. Okay, so in this exercise, you will create a form that accepts an integer from the user and calculates the factorial of that integer. Okay, so it calculates the factorial of the integer. And as we know, as you remember probably from whenever, the factorial of an integer is that integer multiplied by every positive integer less than itself. So a factorial number is identified by an exclamation point following the number. So 1 factorial is defined as 1, and then 2 factorial is 2 times, there's only one integer less than 2, and that's 1, so it's 2 times 1. 3 factorial is defined as 3 times 2 times 1. 4 factorial is defined as 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. Those are the integers less than it. And 5 is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And so we have the first, factorial for the first 5 numbers here. And so in this example up here, 20 factorial happens to be this big, huge number here. Okay, so so I'd like you to write a program to calculate factorial. And the loop, of course, is going to be starting with the number, and you loop through, each time you decrement the loop counter by 1, and you multiply that by the accumulated product. And you can, it's really nice that we have solutions that we're targeting, because this is a pretty simple problem, but what's hard about this problem is getting it right. I mean, getting it so you're not off by 1. You know, it's like you're doing 5 factorial and you accidentally do 6 factorial, or you accidentally multiply by 5 twice, or some crazy thing like that. And it's usually just because you get the boundaries of the loop condition not quite right or something. So as a lot of times in programming, when you're doing these simple kinds of problems, you just code something up, try it out, see if it looks correct. If it's not, then you go back and you just change these little things where there could be a problem or not, or where that could be your mistake or not, and then you test it a few times, and if it works a bunch of times, you're pretty sure that it works correctly. So we're going to start with a new project, name it Factorial, and then we're going to make the form look like this. And so it's going to have when the user presses the enter key, the click event of the calculate button should fire, as they say. And when the user presses the escape key, the click event of the exit button should fire. So you hit the enter key and the click event for the calculate. Okay, so basically when you type in 20 and you hit the enter key, that's like clicking the calculate button. And if you hit the escape key, that's like clicking the exit button. And that's just setting up the form right. Okay, so this event handler for the click event of the create that event handler, this event handler should get the number that the user enters, calculate the factorial of the number, and display the factorial with commas, but no decimal places. So that means you're going to use N0, you know, 2-string N0, and then move the focus of the number back to the number text box. And it should return the accurate value for integers from 1 to 20. Okay, so that means that you cannot. That means that you got to be able to store the large integer values for factorial. This application cannot use the int32 data type. So you can't use int. You got to use something else. So we'll have to investigate that. All right. So so this is the assignment, and so we can start out by going. Let me open up Visual Studio. All right. So I'm gonna let me make this a little bit smaller here. And let me put this over here on the side. And I'm going to make this smaller too, just so I can see it. Right here, right over there. Yeah, that looks good. And I'm going to pop this down here. I'm not going to use that for now. By the way, I took this assignment from Chapter 5 of next semester's textbook. So what do you think about that? No, next semester's textbook. Unless you have next semester's textbook already, but no, you still don't. You still want. Yeah. In 148, we zip through the content of this class in about, okay, so we've just about finished the content of this class in 148. So that's good, but we go through it pretty fast, and you feel pretty comfortable doing it because you've had it already. Some of the people in the class took 128 long ago, so they're you know, a little bit, you know, they're having to refresh their memory a lot more. But if you folks like take 148 next semester, you're going to have a pretty easy time the first 5 weeks or so, or first 4 weeks or so, or 4 or 5 weeks. All right, so let me pop open a new project here, new project, and it's going to be a Windows form application, and I think I will put it down in where I can get at it again somehow. I'm going to call it, oh, this will be my folder. That's my folder, and I'm going to name it Factorial. That's a nice name for it. And I'm going to pop this toolbox open here. I'm going to pin it. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to make this form a little bit smaller. This over here, and this is the form. And up at the top of the form, I'm going to put this properties up here. And I'm going to, for the text up here, I'm going to put Rich's Factorial Calculator. Okay. And then I'm going to put some stuff here. I'm going to put a label, a couple labels, label. I'm going to make them bigger. Right here, I'll make them 12 maybe. And I'm going to put this label, I'm going to say number. And this label, I'm going to say Factorial. And then I'm going to put some text boxes. Double click, put one of them, we'll put here. Another one I'll put here. Line that up. That looks pretty good. And this can be smaller. Oh, I'm going to make these bigger. 12. And that's fine for a number. This one is going to be much bigger. Oops, put that back. It's going to be like much bigger because it might be a big number. And I got to have a calculate button. Double click, put one here, put one here, and I'm going to make them bigger, 12, and I got to make them bigger. How do I, it's an easy way to do that now. Where is my, here, size, height, I don't know, 30. And one of them's got to say, one of them is going to say calculate. Oh, button will be btn calculate, and it's going to say calculate, a little bigger. And this one is going to say exit, and I'm going to name it ETN exit. All right, we're moving right along here. I'm going to put these up a little bit higher because they don't need to be up down so far. Right there is good. And I'll put this over here. And okay, now let's do some double clicking here. I'm going to do a first let me do the exit thing. Double click exit. And I'll just say this close. Very good. That's right. And I'm going to do this double click over here, and it's going to say calculate. All right. So I don't know. I have to declare an. Oh, first let me grab out the number. I'm going to say int number equals, int number is fine. Oh, int number equals, oh, I didn't name those. I got to name these dudes. This is going to be named, it's not named text box 1, it's going to be named txt number. And this one here is going to be named txt factorial. There we go. Now let's go back here, and I'm going to say int number equals, I got to do my parse int stuff, don't I? All right. Int number. If try parse, no, int try parse txt number dot text comma out number. If that's true, if it works, do something. Otherwise, else message box dot show, please enter an integer for the number. Okay, there we go. Now, if the user did enter an integer for number, then I need to declare a variable that I'm gonna store the factorial thing in. Okay, so I'm just gonna start by using an integer, okay, and then I'm gonna see how far up I can go with numbers before it bombs. Okay. And so I think I'm going to do a try parse for that. So let me int factorial equals, I don't know, 1. I'm going to be multiplying, so I'll do that. And then I'm going to do try. So I'm not sure. Okay, so for int I equals 1, comma, I is less than. Now I know the answer, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do this. I is less than or equal to number. Oh, I got to do semicolon, right? It's different in different languages. I plus plus. But while that's going on, I'm going to say factorial times equals I. Okay? Right? And then I'm going to say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put the display thing in here. So as I can use the debug feature and click along and see it. txt factorial dot text equals factorial dot toString parentheses n0 will give me the oops, it's got to be quoted. All right, catch. What do I do? Exceptions. Is it exception? Exception EX. Is that what it is? I can't remember. Message box dot show EX message. That's good enough. Oh, and then when I'm done, I got to txt number dot focus. All right, let's see what this does. I'm not sure this is going to be right. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not right, but let me see. All right, let me try start first up with 1. Okay, 2. Okay, it's working pretty good so far. 3. 3. Ooh, that's right. Good. 4. Oh, God. Wait a minute. It's not supposed to work. Well, I guess well, all right. I guess it works. All right. So let me, so I'm going to close this. There's some stuff I didn't do, like I didn't hit the enter key thing doesn't work. You remember, we're supposed to be able to hit the enter key, right? See, it says, no, it's like something like click here, something like, oh, it's a lightning rod. It's one of these here. I think it's a lightning rod. Maybe it's a property. Oh, it's this one here, accept button. Button calculator. Okay, so that'll make the enter work. You got to know how to make the. You can do the other one, the escape one. All right, so let's keep on. Let's see how far this goes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Minus 288? Oh, wait a second. That's not right. By the way, does anybody know why I turned minus?
No.
It's because when let's see, how can I explain it? Well, one way of explaining is that it wraps around. You know, in the binary number system, let's see how workspace here. How do I clear this whole thing out? There we go. So we have a 32-bit number, but let's just do an 8-bit number, okay? So an 8-bit number looks like this, and so this is binary, okay? So we got an 8-bit number, it's got 8 bits. Let's make 8 bits in here. And if we start counting, we go, you know, 0, 0, 0, all the way 0, 0, and then 0, 1, and then 1, 0, all the way up to, you know, all the way up to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That equals 127 in decimal. I just happen to know that. And then if we go one more, it's going to be, you know, if we add 1 to this, we add 1 in binary, we get 0, carry the 1, 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 1. Well, if this is a signed number, a signed number can be positive or negative. The way you indicate a negative is the upper bit is a 1. So this is actually this is like minus 128 or something, and then you add 1 to that, and it equals minus 127. So 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 1. Did I have too many zeros in here? I might have too many zeros in here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, this is, if it's an unsigned number, then this equals 129. But if it's a signed number, it's minus 1, because the upper bit indicates it's a negative number. So what's happening is, over here, is we keep on getting bigger and bigger numbers, and then all of a sudden that upper bit, because this is really a 32-bit number, the upper bit gets, you know, rolls over into a 1, and then it starts being interpreted as a negative number, because the highest order bit is 1. So we could, okay, so this is 18. What is 17 that way too? 16. Okay, 16 works. 17 goes negative. Okay, so that's right. 16 works. 17 goes negative. So if we change this to okay, so let's look at the C# number types. C#, let me make this bigger. C# number types. I like Stack Overflow. That's the same as that. Well, we could do long. Is there an unsigned? uint. Okay, uint is unsigned. Okay, so that'll use that upper bit as keep on going. So I'm going to change it to uint. Okay, and then 17 should work. So let me go uint. Okay. Oops. But now I got to do something like see the squiggly here. Let me make this bigger. See, we got the squigglies. That's because we're mixing types. So I got to do like uint. There we go. See, now we've done that conversion, and now we could. Okay, so let's try this. This should actually 17 should work, but 18 might not work because we're getting up so big. So 16 works, 17 works, 18 might not work though. Oh, 18 works, 19. Isn't that smaller than 18?
Yeah, it was going down.
Oh, it starts going down. Oh, because it overflows.
Okay.
It overflows. Okay, and so now there's not enough bits up at the top, and so it's just taking the lower 32 instead of something like that. Okay, so 20 of course is, oops, 20 is something else. All right, so uint doesn't work. Well, there's some bigger ones here. I see. Oops, let me go back to this. So we can do ulong. I think ulong is probably the one that works. So I'll let you try and make sure ulong works. Okay, but we have the answer here. So, okay, so you're almost done with this assignment. You gotta just go in and put something else in here, so it works all the way up to 20. You have the answer right here. You have the answer for 20, and you gotta make it so when I hit the escape key, it exits. You know, when you hit the enter key, it calculates right now. But let me wonder why I didn't get an exception overflow. I don't know. Right now I should get it. Please enter an integer for the number. All right, so anyway, so you should be able to do the rest yourself. So next time I'll have an assignment where we're using files. So Tuesday I will do the lecture on file management, and then I will give you an assignment where you read and write a file. It'll probably be names or something. And then I got to do a random number assignment. Maybe I'll save that for the midterm or something, but it's just using the random number generator or something. All right, well, the solution in the book is different than this. I thought I was gonna not have the right solution. I accidentally did. But what I was saying about like off by one, like what happens if you do something like this, you know, and you're trying to run it and you go 2 and it goes, oh wait a second, 3, it's not working, and then you say okay, I must be off by 1 or something, and then you can mess around with these things. Oh, anyway, I hope that helps, and are there any more questions? Okay, hope you guys don't live too far. I hope you don't live on the other side. Does anybody live on the other side of the island? Oh, lucky people. But maybe some of you at home live on the other side of the island. All right, so thanks for watching. See you on Tuesday.